We have passed the wind test and this race is live.
So time to go racing. Early advantage to the defender Emirates Team New Zealand. And INEOS Britannia level the scoreboard at the end of day one.
It's important for INEOS Britannia to stop any momentum, to even up the score.
Fantastic shot on board, INEOS Britannia there. They'll be
probably racing here.
setting up for their entry. Emirates Team New Zealand pulling off their manoeuvre on the other side of the course. Both boats looking like they're on time.
INEOS Britannia coming in on port. They can enter from 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and then Emirates Team New Zealand add 2 minutes on starboard.
I'm going to come down here.
Tiny bit late, but thankfully not as late as last time. And in 2 minutes, in comes the defender Emirates Team New Zealand. Now watch this little battle unfold.
INEOS Britannia cleanly across.
Having your time there, going up.
See what the Kiwis do.
Board down.
INEOS will be rolling into their standard tacking and circling manoeuvre. I've seen that many times before in the Challenger Series. I'll be looking to come in behind and actually put pressure on Emirates Team New Zealand. They get the choice then of whether to jump or whether to push.
Straight up.
Both teams will have a playbook. A few different moves in this scenario.
A potential dial up here coming up. INEOS having to avoid.
All good here. We'll be taking from the right.
Get my cant in here.
No, this is a proper match race start here.
Trying to get down one from here.
1 minute to go to start, so British needing to come back on time on distance.
Not too much.
Kiwis needing to get downwind. Engage with INEOS Britannia.
17, 15.
Thoughts?
Both teams probably wanting to get to protect that right. Kiwis happy to hang back.
Fast up here.
INEOS Britannia will be
Second ending. Second.
coming in on that luffing lay line, that right-hand end. The British now will be trying to lock Emirates Team New Zealand out. Emirates Team New Zealand will be looking to come in, build speed and come in for a hook below.
TTK is time to kill. Both teams slightly early.
Pressure looks okay for that.
Could play into the Kiwis' hands.
1.5. Straight up to that.
And we'll see Emirates Team New Zealand immediately tack away.
It's on again. Race 2 of the match in the 37th America's Cup.
Okay,
Nice pressure on the bow.
240s, the average.
The Kiwis were the closest to the line, 5 metres back, nothing. Doing 36 knots, rolling into that tack.
Emirates Team New Zealand sailing into that more pressure over that right-hand side, but the British team holding an early advantage. Early gains to the British team off that start line.
Nice breeze. 5, 3, 2, 1.
Steady. Fun. And button.
Soft through the right now, but it gets better. He's just gone there. We have an option. What side would you take?
It's a little light up to the boundary right now, but there's another one filling off the shore.
Right now I've got a strong, but he's in a low mode charging.
Yeah, this is a vital cross, first cross coming up. Initial advantage to INEOS, but Emirates Team New Zealand over on that right-hand side. You can see they're taking away valuable metres. The New Zealanders are bow forward. INEOS will not get round their bow. It's decision time for the challenger.
Drop by, stand by, drop stand just by. On the outside. Slowly working up.
Too close for the Kiwis to tack to defend that right-hand side.
There is pressure on the right boundary now.
Slightly lifted now.
A bit keen to get back over there.
A little wide pedal.
Sorry, it's gone left. Right. Still slight right.
What do you see up dead upwind of us, Andy? Is that better wind on Port Lake?
I think No, I don't think so.
The British potentially sailing into that favoured pressure on that right-hand side.
Put down.
So this next intersection, very, very telling. Just INEOS Britannia just sailing through the foil spray. There, really, really close intersection. We are going to see
whether we can cross or not.
Another close intersection coming up.
We're crossing.
Boat's probably too close to defend.
High speed depth for a right at the top's probably pretty good for the. Just getting back into wind.
This is what we wanted to see, wasn't it? Neck and neck. Just a few metres in it.
Pulling bearing at the moment.
There's a bit of breeze across it, definitely go past.
Kiwi's got a little bit of a lift, it looks like, on that left-hand side.
Potentially just crossing Emirates Team New Zealand, but the British will start winding it up to have a piece of them. Just a little too far away to cause any raise of heart rate for umpire Richard Slater and his team.
Breeze on it. And button.
20 seconds away. Top gate, how's it look?
Something coming out the left one, maybe. It's pretty even.
Final tack for the left turn for the Kiwi team. INEOS Britannia doing one more manoeuvre for a right
5
turn.
seconds on the button.
Across when he tacks, but he might have a little piece of the zone, so just got to think of that.
Stand by.
Other options, you can take the right mark, but marks are even.
1, mate.
I will.
Get left mark protection here, board.
Solid here.
Heading to the top gate in race 2 for the first time of 8 legs. And once again,
Coming away in 2.
minute
And away we
is
go.
the lead by Emirates Team New Zealand. What an upwind leg that was, the first of 8. They get around.
It's a slight left phase.
In comes INEOS Britannia.
Almost better in front.
Down here, yours. Right, good lefty here.
Wait for it to lift.
Yeah, the British team heading into both a shift and more pressure. Have a quick look at the ghost boats.
Definitely more
And then
pressure
this side.
on that left-hand side, looking downwind. INEOS Britannia, as we said before the start, that extra knot or 2 of true wind speed, translating into massive performance gains in these light conditions.
Those peaks are quite high. It's coming from quite wide.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening the course to 1.4 nautical miles.
They've got a pretty good hookup out there on breeze, okay?
We're right behind Emirates Team New Zealand now. This cross, certainly INEOS went over to the right with good pressure. There's not a hell of a lot in this. Emirates Team New Zealand have been run down here.
I don't think
So this cross will be pretty well bound about with the starboard advantage to INEOS. Gains on the right.
Copy.
Keep
picking up away now. Good deal.
Stuck across the lead there. That side.
Just that extra pressure down that side, Shirley, I think showing to be that advantage like we talked about before, just better boat speed by the British team.
A mistake by Emirates Team New Zealand. We heard the discussion on board, you know, would they take that right hand mark, but it meant another manoeuvre. They'll be regretting it now. They have a fight on their hands. This is from the bow of Emirates Team New Zealand. INEOS Britannia clear across.
Emirates Team New Zealand just blowing through their wing wash, but only momentarily as on split tacks. Slightly smaller jib on board Emirates Team New Zealand as well, so that will hurt them downwind a little bit.
Hardly anything between these two giants.
2, 1, mate.
I will.
Mainsley now handing over to Dylan Fletcher
Could go straight if you could, right?
on the steering wheels.
Choose our best lane out of
Emirates
it.
Team New Zealand
I think
into
it'd be
that
pretty
slightly
punchy to
better
drive
pressure now
above.
as well, so
So
definitely
it's just trying to lay in.
a lane of breeze down that far
Not
side
quite
of
on
the
the
course.
numbers.
Nothing in this race.
Just not laying.
It's a weird racetrack, isn't it? It's really like there's a line down the middle.
I don't think we'll get in, will we?
No, he's not laying, so he's got in a tricky spot.
So what's our move if he takes out Transom here?
I think he's going in front and we drive on lane.
He's coming up now.
A little touchdown there by the British team. Washed off a few metres just across Emirates Team New Zealand. So
3, 2, 1.
Bottom gate for the first time. Bit of a yo-yo of a match going on here. Wait for this moment.
big pressure on Team New Zealand here to execute this down speed two-board round-up.
Bottoms and watch the gaps.
They got it back. I think they're not here, boys. Here we go. That's good. Keep going. All the way. Looking up now.
How good is this? How good is this? Race 2 in the match.
They were big manoeuvres in 7-8 knots of wind. So impressive.
The British team with about a 5-knot boat speed advantage, actually rounding the mark and then pulling off a very light air tack.
All the way is good.
Like just inside of it where we go out of attack. Nice guys.
Only 10.
Real nice pressure.
Transition.
Kiwi still heading left. They seem happy there.
Nice 50.
Just squeeze. That's good.
At a Burling calling left shift, so handing over to Nathan Outridge.
Real soft here at the moment.
Port tack.
This will come a good one.
Much better pressure though, Shirley, which we can see. They might not be able to see from where they are at water level.
Should come left, I think.
We've heard a lot of Andy Maloney in the bottom left-hand square trimmer, but also such a good tactician.
I see, guys.
Really valued member
General
of the information team and the decision-making team.
So you want to buy left? Yeah, apart from at the very top.
Going to be a clear curve of numbers. They've just come now. It's probably
He's
like
been sailing with Pete and Blair since they won the Youth America's Cup in San Francisco and Bermuda. Long-time, long-term trust between those three.
A little better there than I thought they would.
Copy. Are we crossing or what's the plan?
The Youth America's Cup.
Crossing. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Absolutely a pathway forward to the big show.
I think that's better.
Yes. Okay, button here. My board. 3, 2, 1. Point down.
Decision time now for INEOS Britannia of whether to hang there or tack away.
1 and button.
They're gone.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening to 1.35 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 232.
There's a little one building on the top right.
Yeah, dropping pressure, so shortening of the racetrack.
We'll choose a good line to get across there.
Does it look better in front to get back across there?
Yes.
Slight left face here.
Marks are way closer in real life than they do on tracing.
Such a...
we take this left DP. Okay. Yeah. Little build. Quite a big one in here. 3, 2, 1. Forward down.
Gonna have a little sneak peek at the ghost boat and the wind field. Still good pressure on that right-hand side. INEOS Britannia right in that now.
Pretty similar to the last time.
Copy. Could you just cross and do it in one?
Yeah,
Cross coming, developing. INEOS have been working up that right-hand side. A little bit more pressure on the right. The other thing was the pre-race decision made by both teams. They went with slightly smaller jibs. Great Britain went with a J2. New Zealand stepped down to a J3. And I just wonder if they're suffering a little bit on the Kiwi boat with that smaller jib. I think the wind is a little bit lighter than they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, nice gains to us here. Contact.
Dylan Fletcher painting the picture for us. They are back in the game. Lots of gains for the British team on that right-hand side of the track.
Patch here, but patch came back in 10. 15 to lay.
The J3, a very, very small jib on board Emirates Team New Zealand.
Breeze is coming left here.
It'll be the first time Emirates Team New Zealand have sailed in a race that the breezes drop down with the J3.
Stand by.
Yeah.
2, 1 and board.
1 and button.
Left tack, they're in quite a big lefty over there. 40 metres right.
Let's take it. Yep.
top gate to complete leg number 3, and this is a race of meters, not very many meters. Emirates Team New Zealand lead after 3 legs, ahead of INEOS Britannia, but INEOS Britannia, they will have the bit between their teeth. They look good. They complete leg 3 of 8.
All the way around. 2, 1, going forward. Okay, 2.
That smaller jib on board Emirates Team New Zealand. Slightly better in the upper range breeze on this course on the upwind, but not good in the downrange compared to INEOS Britannia.
Well, having a look at the wind field and the ghost boat here, I mean, actually where the British team are heading, you can see that green. There is more pressure, and the ghost boats have nothing in it when these two boats next meet.
Oh, huge hole of pressure there for Emirates Team New Zealand. They came out only at 23 knots of boat speed versus INEOS Britannia's 37, and a massive angle change down that boundary. So big gains back towards the British team.
Very well. 1, go board.
INEOS have just jibed, and they've jibed in a nice little lane of pressure that's just going down the right-hand side. New Zealand were pretty quiet over on the left. So INEOS are making a move on this second downwind leg.
I think the pressure's still better straight. But what's going to be hard is if it goes left any further.
Big gains back there to the British. Emirates Team New Zealand now potentially sailing back into that better pressure that the British got the benefit of down that side. So in theory, it should be gains back now again to Emirates Team New Zealand.
Probably. Right turn at the moment's quite biased if it does hang in.
Okay. Well,
but we'd want to take this.
This is a little reload now. Yep. Okay. It's a boundary job, right?
At the moment, yeah.
Nice little reload here.
We're lifting here all the time, so happy to go anytime.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening to 1.3 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 226.
Yeah, we're currently only seeing 7-8 knots of breeze across the course.
It's a fascinating race. Race number 2 is like watching 2 massive boats on a tightrope. Who can stay on that tightrope in these conditions that is fading somewhat?
I think it feels like it.
Blair Chuk and Andy Maloney on flight control. These AC-75s being manually flown, so foil trimmers having to actually physically trim the boat to keep it airborne. Huge job for them.
Right will be on average, yes.
INEOS Britannia just a bit quicker here on this run.
Yeah, that bigger jib will definitely be helping INEOS Britannia on this downwind. A little more in range.
3, 2,
in these light air conditions with that slightly bigger front sail on board.
Sorry, too high there.
Fast build.
We're nearing the halfway point in race number 2. And INEOS Britannia closing quickly on the defender.
Just getting down, just trying to make sure we don't get...
They're going to go the other
This is going to be a very down-speed manoeuvre
slow turn
for both boats coming into this right turn.
Okay. Round up.
How about that?
And rounding up.
Right up their transom, then quickly
2, 1, quarter.
driving away. So again, as we complete the halfway mark in this second race, nothing in it.
Emirates Team New Zealand just not being far enough in front to be able to really get the elbows out. British team doing a great job. Having a look at the ghost boat, Shirley.
Yeah, let's have a look at the optimum route. Currently has the Kiwis gaining a little bit on that left-hand side of the track. More breeze on the left. Such a volatile course, isn't it? Every time I look at it, shows something new.
Let's go on board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand and have a quick chat to Ray Davies. I said a moment ago, Ray, it feels like this is a tightrope, this one.
Oh yeah, this is a real tough race. You know, it gets pretty tricky as it starts getting a little bit softer. Both boats on similar sails, and now it's just digging out of holes and staying in more breeze. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting race for sure.
So I think we'd expect it to keep going left from here, wouldn't we?
Yeah, just not far enough. Rays are in front there to really get the elbows out. Just a really tight battle.
Okay, I think we would take it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beauty, this one. So yeah, a few holes on the course, and pretty tricky getting into in phase with some of these shifts, but there's some big opportunities out here.
Yeah, Ray, just very quickly, you know, what's the key to this racetrack today?
Oh, look, staying in breeze. You know, these lumpy old sea state and the breeze between sort of 8 and 11 knots, but slowly easing as this race is going on. So, you know, we made a real nice gain on the left. There seems to be a little bit more breeze on the left in general, and a bit of a bend up the track as well. So the guys are doing a really good job, but it's never over.
Thanks, Ray. Leave you to it.
The righty as well. I think we can extend this one a little bit, Pete.
See the British sitting in a hole, 5 knots less boat speed. The snakes and ladders.
Or just in here somewhere.
It certainly is.
Somewhere here is good.
All about the pressure in this down range condition. So
2, 1,
speed squared with the thrust of the breeze. Huge gains in performance. A little bit more fuel around that aero package.
Start thinking about this top mark exit.
Well, this one hasn't disappointed. Race 2 of the America's Cup. We've had 2 lead changes. Are we going to see another one? Emirates Team New Zealand right now over on the left. There certainly is a bit more pressure as I look up through the big armada of spectator boats out here. But Emirates Team New Zealand now are in a bit more pressure than INEOS down to leeward.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening the course to 1.2 nautical miles.
Okay, just got a bit of pressure out there. It's good all breeze all the way. I'm not sure it's worth the double check.
I think we're too far.
Surely the breeze just slowly trending downwards, if anything.
Yeah.
Let's go. If it goes in right here. Yeah, is it right or
This
right?
committee just needing to shorten that course up.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit down.
Making
Making it harder for the sailors. I mean, a real privilege for us, isn't it, to listen to the comms on board, and it's so cool and calm on Emirates Team New Zealand. You were part of that team. It's a trademark.
2, 1, good.
Certainly keeping it nice and chilled at the moment, just executing their boat handling well. And as we've seen
I think
with
it's going to
the
be
youth and the
windier for
women's
left turn
America's
for
Cup
sure.
as well, all about nice, cool, calm
breeze
comms,
held pretty right. A lot of that
providing
B.
accurate information when
I
needed.
don't think we'd want to go too far here, Nate, but
Biggest lead so far in this second match. That lead being held by Emirates Team New Zealand on a course that is constantly changing. And they will complete leg number 5 of 8. They're taking the right-hand marker, as you see. And we'll now head down for leg number 6. Kiwi fans in Kiwi Corner and around the world will be happy about that. But boy, this is tight. Really tight.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's just gotten windier on this side compared to the other side.
INEOS Britannia coming
They're not
through
at the
now.
mark yet.
5 legs completed, 3 to go.
Down, yours. Increase, lads.
If you wanted a good place to watch, the race villages around the beach in Barcelona, Barceloneta Beach, fans have been coming in all day, and the last week, Barcelona has been flooded with America's Cup fans, and we love them.
little fast build's nice.
Yeah, nice position of the pressure.
Quick check of the course with the ghost boat.
I was off too.
Liking where the Kiwis are.
Yeah, they've jumped now.
Yeah, it's predicting a 500-metre lead for the Kiwis.
Yeah, pretty good work. So
they had a pretty nice top
30
half
seconds ahead. I
of
think
that
does the breeze
last
still
beat,
look better
Shirley,
on
and
the boundary?
just being able to sail in
Really
pressure, as Coach Ray Davies was saying, and bang a few shifts as well, shorter distance,
I'd be thinking we do it
and in
two,
pressure
just
is what you're looking
safety.
for.
What do you think?
They haven't raced for over a month. I mean, how surprised are you with their level of execution in the racecraft today?
I'm personally not surprised at all. So I know how well drilled the team all is.
Yeah, I think we just do it like this, we carry on.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening to 1.1 nautical miles.
Another lap. Just thinking 1 and 8 right turn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but
I'm happy with that. I think that breeze is
Both teams just opting for a
hard on
slightly
this
different
two.
lower foil arm section there to meet the rule requirement for the CG, or the centre of gravity rule. So Emirates Team New Zealand running their weight in an air bomb at the front. And INEOS Britannia
Quite a bit far, I think.
running theirs at the rear as a tail.
Nice round up for once. I've still been a bit stressful.
Gave you an easy one, finally.
Okay, you looking good out there on that boundary, Andy man?
Yeah, the boundary still looks like good pressure.
Okay, your move.
Yeah, the Kiwis overstood a little bit into here. Make their life a little bit easier.
Certainly had to pull off some tricky manoeuvres on the last two ones, so keep this one simple.
Yeah, life seems to be getting easier in this race for Emirates Team New Zealand, but there's still 2 legs to go, and Mother Nature has decided to make it just a little bit tougher. But no hint of a flinch or wobble by Emirates Team New Zealand at the moment.
Hang on, if they take the right mark.
INEOS Britannia now approaching the bottom gate for the second to last time. The next time they hit this will be at the finish. They'll be trying to work out ways. How can they keep hunting, finding something to run down Emirates Team New Zealand?
Really nice mark running there on board INEOS Britannia.
Should we take it or?
Emirates Team New Zealand just been able to
stand by.
wiggle their way to a small advantage. Very difficult now for INEOS Britannia to keep sailing in clear air.
That was interesting at bottom mark, and Emirates Team New Zealand decided to come round and then tack immediately to immediately get in phase with INEOS. They gave away a wee bit, but that is really smart match racing, and now they're in phase to windward of INEOS. I thought that was the move of the match so far.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, shortening the final leg to 1 nautical mile.
I've got it. Nice. Happy wind with her,
On board the INEOS chase boat now and catch up with Coach Rob Wilson, as always generous with his time. Rob, what can you do?
Thank you, mate.
You know, we're just waiting for them to make a slip up here, really, just trying to keep it tight as we can. They stretched out a little bit on that last upwind. You know, just got decent pressure from the left, so you know, that hurt us a bit, but that's the benefit of having control of the race.
Rob, it was neck and neck for so long. What do you think the difference is? Where did they make the gains?
I think it's, you know, like you say, it was super tight. We were making gains downwind. They're probably got a small edge upwind, but we need to dig into that a little bit more. You know, obviously upwind, they can choose exactly where they go, and that's a huge gain for them in these shifty conditions. So it's tight.
That's the America's Cup. Hey, thanks for your time, Rob.
Thank you.
We're starting to lift again here, so I'm happy to go straight. It's only about 10 this way.
Having a look at some of the board shots there. These light conditions, both boats still doing around 30 knots of boat speed. This seaway, only around 7 or 8 knots of breeze, so incredible performance by both boats in these bumpy conditions.
The America's Cup is so secret squirrel, isn't it? We don't normally get a shot inside the cockpit. You know a lot more than we know what is going on under there.
There's certainly a lot of numbers to deal with on board an America's Cup yacht at the moment. Peter Burling on helming duties at the moment. But coming into this top mark, not a lot INEOS Britannia can do at the moment.
No, they're just watching Emirates Team New Zealand to get to that top gate and head home to the finish. But as their coach Rob Wilson says, you know, the boat in front's controlling the race. They're just waiting for a moment that works in their favour.
Hey, my will.
Opening day of the match in the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. How much do you read into this? Will be a discussion at the end of racing today.
3, 2, 1, working down here.
INEOS Britannia, leg 7 completed, 1 to go. They too are on the downward home leg.
We had a lovely, we were right next to Emirates Team New Zealand when they came around the mark, and what I've seen there, they've got a new rudder on the boat, and it's quite full and cord right up under the hull, but when it disappears under the waterline, it's cord thickness, it's really, really small, and that's the beautiful new rudder on Emirates Team New Zealand, and I think that might have been another little tweak that they did since the last time we saw them.
Pretty similar to what we're in now.
Yeah, it's crazy to think how thin that rudder is that's driving that boat that's in the water. Obviously thicker at the top if you do end up in displacement mode. Pretty handy to have a bigger rudder. What kind of steel is that? It's so strong and so thin.
So we reference that as a toothpick?
Well, that's commonly referred to as unobtainium steel. No, very, very small sections there, only between probably about 140 and 160 millimetres. So it's the same cord width that you'd see on a small dinghy controlling a 7-ton, 75-foot carbon missile.
Another 5.
It has been outstanding racing from the Kiwis today. Have not put a foot wrong.
What's the line we always use? Minimise mistakes if they're going to happen, and you're going to be in a good position. In a game that has somewhat felt like a chess match, it is checkmate to Emirates Team New Zealand. And they lead the cup now, 2 races to 0.
Oh, nice way to start.
No, turning off.
It's going to be an easier day.
You don't expect any cheering from Emirates Team New Zealand. There's a long way to go.
Long, long way to go. We only have to dig into history to know that story. INEOS Britannia will be heading back to the boat shed and going, right, how do we catch up? How do we find more speed? They complete race number 2, but they're behind by 2. Happy crowd, happy fans, regardless of the result. That's what you want to see.